Hey, let's see if hey, there we go. Now we have sound. Shit. For a whole minute there, I was sitting there talking to myself. I'm telling you what, one of these days, I'm just not used to Streamlabs. I apologize. That better, Pamela. Appreciates you calling me out there so we can get this show on the road. One of these days, I'll figure this shit out. Again, this is why I need moderators and people to help me with these live streams because there's just too much going on my screen for me to focus on myself. Yippee! Thank you. Good. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. I'm excited. Hopefully, we get a lot of people joining us. Pamela, if you can share this video, I'm sure you've already liked. I know you've already subscribed. But let's see how many people we can get in here tonight. We got a lot to talk about. So Trump gets a royal, the American Clown King got a royal welcome in the Middle East and in Qatar. He secretly, apparently, made a deal with El Chapo's family, and now El Chapo's family, who is involved in the cartel, is working maybe secretly with Donald Trump and is in the United States. So we got that going for us. A Georgia woman is being kept alive as a human incubator, which is absolutely insane. I'll talk about that a little bit too. Do I have that story? I swore I had that story. I'll have to pull it up. And then there's going to be, or they're trying to, which is per Project 2025, they're trying to ban porn, which it's actually more than a porn ban. Yeah, Pamela, we'll talk about it here in a second. Actually, I'll probably talk about it first because I don't have a lot of information on it pulled up. And I can probably talk about that first. The porn ban, they're focusing it on porn. They're calling it a ban on porn, but it's more than that. This is how they're going to be banning books and video games and music and all this stuff because it's actually a ban on obscenity, not porn. Okay, there's a big difference. They've left it very vague, like they like to do. So when the time comes, they can start banning books and movies and whatever they want. They can start controlling all the media, and then they can do it under this new bill. But they're concealing it under, oh, porn is bad. People were trying to protect the kids from porn. That's all they're talking about. I got to stop saying that word over and over again, but we're going to talk about it. So I guess I don't have a choice. And we're not on TikTok tonight. So yeah, fuck TikTok. I'm tired of doing this show on TikTok to get like 30 views over the period of 2 hours and getting multiple warnings of inappropriate content. I'm like, I'm done with that shit. So, of course, we're going to troll Twitter. Let me pull Twitter up. And we're, of course, going to check in on Donald Trump's social media accounts. I'm going to start with some funny stuff to kind of, daily therapy with Jeremy. I love you guys. Hopefully we get a lot of people in. Yesterday, I think we had like 18 people in here, but hopefully today we can get even more. We want to grow this as fast as possible, which is why I'm focusing on doing all this content. And of course, we're going to go on Donald Trump's True Social page and see how many times he's posted in a 24-hour period of time. It's always a lot. It's always a lot. And this trip is so embarrassing. They've got to be laughing. I guarantee all the like the leaders of Saudi and the leaders of Syria. Like, I don't know if most people know this, but the leader of Syria used to be part of fucking Al Qaeda. The leader of Syria is responsible for killing American troops in Iraq. So yeah, Donald Trump's over there calling him a good man and he's handsome and all this stuff and making deals. He even lifted sanctions on Syria, which we'll talk about, which is fucking crazy. Donald Trump is selling out America. That's all it is. What's up, Jeanette? How are you? Pamela, catch my whiff. I'm glad you guys are all here. So again, we got a lot to talk about. Let me get that off my screen so I can focus. So first, I want to talk about some fun stuff. Firstly, Elon Musk. We got to talk about that dude. Of course, because he found all kinds of fraud, right? They claimed they were going to find all kinds of fraud, especially in the Social Security Administration. So Elon Musk claimed, this is why he shut down call centers, is because he claimed 40% of all calls to Social Security were fraudulent, were people trying to fraudulently file Social Security claims. Okay? So 40%. It ended up being like 0.001 something percent. It was actually completely crazy. What does Catch My Whiff say? People are saying Trump's 747 obsession. for something else. You know it is. You know it is. They know. They know. They're not stupid over there. These are like some of the richest people in the world. They're like, all we got to do is throw a bunch of stuff at him, give him an airplane, make him feel like a king, and he'll do whatever we want. And that's what he's doing. He's literally selling out the entire country. So, all right, back to Elon Musk. Let me make sure. Yes, I did that right. Okay, cool. Like I said, I'm still learning Streamlabs. As you can see, I have a variety of tabs open here for you to discuss today. So Doge went looking for fraud in the phone system at the SSA and found almost none. This just makes me giggle. I'm sorry. I can't help it watching Elon Musk fail like the stupid ass that he is. Such a fraud. After installing anti-fraud checks for benefit claims made over the phone early last month, the Social Security Administration is considering walking back the policy after finding only 2 cases that had a high probability of being fraudulent. The anti-fraudulent tool set up last month after weeks of changes to the agency's telephone policies have slowed retirement processing by 25% and have led to a degradation of public service, according to an internal-made document obtained by NextGov/FCW that examined potentially cutting the anti-fraud tool for the phone claims. So I hate when they say less than 1%. Oh, less than 1% were flagged for even being potentially fraudulent. And then a fraction of a percent ended up being actually fraudulent. The rest were completely fine. So the claims of all this fraud that they're finding is complete bullshit. And this proves it right here. It's complete and utter bullshit. Like, I don't know what delusional world these people live in. Like, they live in conspiracy world where they think people that are 150 years old are getting Social Security checks. Stupid. This is the richest guy in the world. Hopefully not for long. Who knows at this point, like, with the economy, the way things are going and the way Donald Trump is. And who knows the repercussions of all the stuff he's doing over in the Middle East. Oh, my God. He's making deals with our enemies, y'all. The Saudis, the guy, the MBS, murdered an American reporter. Hello. And then Qatar funds Hamas. So he's making deals with not only Israel, he's making deals with the funders of Hamas and somebody who's murdered people. And the leader of Syria has also murdered American soldiers. Personally pulled the trigger and murdered American soldiers. The leader of Syria, who Donald Trump met with and lifted sanctions because they threw a bunch of money at him, probably invested in his fucking crypto scam, because basically that's why they set it up, is so foreign governments can funnel money into Donald Trump's back pocket. That's all this is, man. Did you see a Trump watch is appealing with rump? Yes. Oh my God. You know, you know what? That's the nice thing about this show is we can just look stuff up. Hopefully I cleared enough of my Google search history out. Let's hope, like, if they ever get on my devices and like, have you ever said anything bad about Donald Trump? And be like, yeah, I'm fucked. Let's hope not. The rump watch. This dude paid like $650 for this thing. That's absolutely fantastic. Rhode Island husband bummed out. Oh, they gotta can I clear this off or are they gonna make me look at this shit? Oh, I hate when they do this, man. It's just, oh, here we go. All right. What time is it? Rump time. Tim Pettit bought his wife Melanie a limited edition timepiece from the website Get Trump Watches, which Trump personally promoted, guys. It's not like, and if you look at the disclaimer, it says Trump has absolutely nothing to do with this. But he's like on his whole thing, like, look at the Trump watch. It's a super cool watch. You got to get it. It's really expensive. $600 is probably not even real gold. And they got it. Fucking misspelled Trump's name. They forgot to put the T on this very limited edition. And that's not even the most expensive one. Some of them were like 6 figures, I believe, weren't they? Oh, they offered him an $800 coupon to get another one. Oh, great. Yeah, let's. and then there's an ad for the Trump watch. All right, let's click on this. The slideshow. Okay. Oh, it's just for this. I thought it was actually going to show like the watches and shit. I know some of them are even more expensive than that one that guy got. That's some funny shit though. Oh my god, that's hilarious. So yeah, Doge again. Go back to this. No fraud. No fraud. They claimed they were going to find all this fraud and almost none. It was actually probably cost more money to run Doge than it is he's going to save the government. It's going to end up being a deficiency in the end. There's no way. It's the most inefficient, stupid organization, and they're run by a bunch of 20-year-olds that have no idea how the government works. So yeah, we got that going for us. Oh, hey, thanks for who was that? Jeanette again with the Danish kroners. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. You don't have to do that every show, you know. I appreciate you, but still, I feel bad sometimes. All right, I know. How does that? All right, I'm dumb. All right, thank you very much, Jeanette. I'm gonna stop doing that. I'm gonna stop doing that. All right, but all right. So moving on from Elon Musk. Well, kind of. Donald Trump said something really weird the other day, and I can't help thinking that he's talking about Elon Musk. And I tried to find out if anybody could find out if Elon Musk was in London recently. Because this video of Donald Trump, I swear to God, he's talking about Elon Musk. He calls him neurotic, which is super weird. He's a very good businessman and very rich, and he takes a fat shot drug. He can't even say the name of the drug, Ozempic or Wegovy. Like, the guy doesn't even have the intelligence to remember the name of an actual drug, a weight loss drug, so he calls it the fat shot drug, which is absolutely hilarious. So let's watch this, but tell me if you think he's talking about Elon Musk, because we all knew Elon Musk, well, the rumors, like, what, is it confirmed that he was on Ozempic? I can't remember. I don't know. Anyway, all right, so let's play this real quick.
I'll tell you a story. A friend of mine who's a businessman, very, very, very top guy. Most of you would have heard of him. Highly neurotic, brilliant businessman, seriously overweight, and he takes the fat shot drug. And he called me up, and he said, President, he calls me, he used to call me Donald, now he calls me President, so that's nice respect. But he's a rough guy, smart guy. Very successful, very rich. I wouldn't even know how we would know this, but because he's got comments. President, could I ask you a question? What? I'm in London.
Did he say he has comments? Hold on.
I'm in London.
Hold up.
And we would know this, but because he's got comments. President, could I ask you a question? What? Wouldn't even know how we would know this, but because he's got comments. President, could I ask you a question? What? I'm in London. And I just paid for this damn fat drug I take. I said, it's not working. He said, I just paid $88. And in New York, I pay $1,300. What the hell is going on? And I'll tell you a story. A friend of mine who's a...
Yeah, we're all wondering the same thing, man. What the hell is going on? So, yeah, tell me you don't think that's Elon Musk. I'm trying to find out if he was in London recently. The fast shot drug. He's like, it's not working. Like, what? This is so stupid. Sir. Pamela gets our sense of humor. Sir. They had tears in their eyes. Fucking stupid. Okay. All right. So moving on from whether or not this was Elon Musk and Donald Trump's talking about, I don't want to talk about Elon Musk very much today. But there is something else going on in the right-wing sphere. It's called Mar-a-Lago face. And they're wondering if Mar-a-Lago, it's an actual thing now, Mar-a-Lago face. They're wondering if Mar-a-Lago face is coming to D.C. What exactly is Mar-a-Lago face? Okay, it's a plastic surgery trend taking over Trump's inner circle, defined by lips, overfilled cheekbones, and pixie noses. The cosmetic phenomenon. These people look terrible. God awful. Melania, her eyes are almost completely shut at this point. Every time you see her, you can't tell if I don't see her blink. She just Looks like she's just concentrating really hard all the time. So at Donald Trump's inauguration in January, this inner sanctum gathered at the U.S. Capitol Rotunda. Among the guests were Melania Trump, Kristi Noem, Lauren Sanchez, Jeff Bezos' wife. Yeah, like she's never had any work. As they stood meters from each other, it was not hard to notice the similarities. The women gleamed like the polished marble around them. What kind of article is this? What? Independent gleamed like the marble around them. Okay, yep, sure. But yeah, it's got a nickname. It's called Mar-a-Lago face. And I think a good. Let me see if I can find pictures of a good example. I mean, a perfect example is Laura Loomer. Perfect example right here is Laura Loomer, or Laura Trump, too. See if this loads. Instagram. Yep. All right. I don't want to watch a video. I just want to see a picture. Images. Enhance. I mean, come on. Seriously. And they're against gender affirming surgery. Does that make sense? The men are on Ozempic and getting hair implants and shit. And the women, none of them are real. God, look at the pictures of the women that hang out at Mar-a-Lago. For fuck's sake, man, they are creepy looking. I don't know if we could look up creepy women at my search history is so crazy, bro. Because when I got a thought in my head, this is what I. No, that's the creepy women at Mar-a-Lago. Mar-a-Lago. Barbies. That can't be real. That can't be real, right? That's crazy. If this is a real photo, I'm sorry, but that. God damn. Good Lord. Oh. Okay. But yeah, it's not hard to see. Oh, this is a real photo. This is most definitely a real photo. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm whatever. Plastic surgery is fine and everything like that, but they go around like ridiculing trans people for what's in their pants and how they look and their appearance and shit, like in drag queens. Make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? I think that these women are just mad that some of the drag queens look better than them when they're all done up, and that's why they hate them. I don't know, just a theory. But that's Mar-a-Lago face right there, guys. That's what all women in DC are gonna look like. That's the new trend, everybody. The Bratz toy. That's actually what it looks like. Yes, they look like Bratz toys. That's hilarious. Actually, oh shit, Mar-a-Lago. Holy shit, what is this on Twitter? Oh my god, oh my god, Mar-a-Lago Barbie. That's funny. Oh, that's two other Grok creations. That's funny as shit. Okay, so yeah, so the Trump face is the thing. That's scary. That's scary. They want to complain about TDS, and then we got people out here doing Trump face. That's nuts. So don't look like that, ladies. Please do not look like. That's not attractive. That's not attractive. Getting plastic surgery is one thing, but come on. That's insane. Especially when you're ridiculing other people for the way they look and the way they dress. That's what bugs me the most. So, but yeah, I don't have the story pulled up. Let me see if I can. Oh, you know what? I have videos. I do have videos. I have a couple of videos I can play that I downloaded. I can't remember if one is about it. Oh, there's one. I have a couple that are really good. I thought I had three. Let me play. I think this might be the one about
the AI chatbot Grok created by Elon.
That's about Elon Musk. Hold on one second. I can go to Google Drive and just download. Let me see. I believe it's this one here. Give me 1 second. Is it going to work? There we go.
Moments ago in the Turkish capital of Ankara, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky.
That's not it either. All right, never mind. I don't have the video about what I'm getting ready to talk about, but I do have some videos. There's a woman in Georgia, I believe, who is pregnant, but she had, I think it was a brain aneurysm, and she was only 9 weeks pregnant and had this brain aneurysm and was pronounced brain dead. But because she was pregnant in Georgia, they're keeping her alive. I believe it's season 3, episode 9 of The Handmaid's Tale. That episode, basically. I mean, first they want to pay women, and now, because there's a heartbeat, the woman's dead. She's not going to survive no matter what. She's being kept alive artificially to incubate the child, which already has fluid on the brain and may not survive. And because the parents have no say in it, the parents have absolutely no say because of the law. They want them to obviously just let their daughter pass and the baby pass so they can mourn and move on. But if the baby survives, the grandparents, the parents of the woman who's brain dead are going to have to not only take care of the child, even if it's disabled, they're also going to have to pay the hospital bill. So tell me that's not fucked up for all of this and the birth. That's crazy, dude. Yeah, you can look up the story if you want. I don't really want to talk about it too much because it's horrifying, but it's actual Handmaid's Tale stuff, especially now they're offering money to have babies. What kind of shit is that? And it's $5,000? $5,000. First, I want to take away Medicaid, which we'll talk about today, which helps pay for people that are poor to have babies. So that's that. But then they want to pay you $5,000 to offset the cost of having a kid, which anybody who's had a kid knows it costs way more, what, 30, 40, sometimes even high-end places, $100,000 plus to have a kid. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, these people just have no concept. They just want women to stay at home, pump out babies, raise kids, and look after their husbands. And then if you have a problem like that, God forbid, they'll just keep you alive, even if you're not going to survive, just so that they can possibly deliver a healthy baby. That shit's absolutely crazy to me, dude. That's one of the craziest stories I've ever heard. Completely fucked up. So, yeah, there's that. Yeah, look it up, please, though. It's a true story, and it is happening in America right freaking now. So, all right, so what I want to do is I got everything kind of in order the way I want to talk about stuff. Okay, I'm trying to be organized with this shit, all these tabs. I have like 15 tabs open. Actually, I probably have like 20 tabs open at the moment of stuff I want to talk about. And we're going to get through it all. We're going to get through it all. Oh, my God, it's already been a half an hour. This is fun. This is fun. I love you guys. This is fun. It sucks that my microphone didn't work for the first minute. So if anybody watches this after fact, I'm a little like a moron for about 60 seconds or so. But it's all good. It's all good. Whatever. You know, it's fuck. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on. So some of today's top stories that I found out about is one, have you guys heard about the 100-mile border enforcement zone? I don't know if you guys have heard about this. I just found out about this today. SBCC, which stands for Southern Border Communities something. I forget. I think it's in here somewhere, obviously. That yellow, 100 miles in from every single border surrounding the entire country, including fucking Alaska and Hawaii, which consumes all of Hawaii. It's the stupidest shit I've ever heard of. Basically, ICE can go in there right now and do whatever the fuck they want. And nobody can do anything about it. So let me show you this, because this is just absolutely insane. Crazy. So there's the map. You can see cities within the 100-mile border enforcement zone. So if I go to D.C., That almost touches me in Pennsylvania. I'm like right in the middle up here in Pennsylvania. Jesus Christ, dude. That's stupid. But if I go to D.C., I could get arrested by ICE with no due process, apparently. If I go to Philly, New York City, where Mike is, I could, anywhere. All of Hawaii, which is crazy as shit. I don't know. The Army, I don't know. But the fact that they're doing this on borders that where the Atlantic and Pacific Ocean are is insane. Okay. We have Coast Guard for that shit, for the water, okay? We don't need fucking ice all up and down these borders here. I swear to God, at this point, I think Donald Trump's trying to get money together to build that stupid missile defense system, and that's why he's meeting with all these people in the Middle East. I don't know, just he's going to do something stupid. Like, this has gotten dumber than even I could have possibly imagined. You guys know for a fact I got an active imagination and shit, you know what I mean? So, this is nuts. So what is the 100-mile border enforcement zone? The U.S. Customs and Border Protection law, blah, 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 blah. Their jurisdiction claims spans 100 miles into the interior of the United States from any land or maritime border. 2/3 of the population of the United States lives in this area. Guess what, guys? They just gave permission for them to basically police 2/3 of America. Because the middle of America is nobody. There's nobody there. There's nobody there. That's why what I hate when they show the maps and it's all red. It's like, no, it's all land. Land doesn't vote. People vote. So this is crazy. This is crazy. Yeah. How can they do this? Unlike other federal agencies, CPB officers are uniquely granted extraordinary powers. These extraordinary powers, this is Donald Trump's freaking Gestapo, dude. Or gazpacho, as like Marjorie Taylor Greene likes to call it. These extraordinary powers state that officers are able to racially profile, stop, frisk, detain, interrogate. Let me repeat this, okay? So you guys need to share this, please. This is serious. Extraordinary powers that state that officers are able to racially profile, stop, frisk, detain, interrogate, and arrest anybody without warrant or reasonable suspicion. The Fourth Amendment is intended to protect against unreasonable searches and seizures. They're trying to redefine what an unreasonable search and seizure is. Every federal law enforcement agency except CPB requires a warrant, so they're trying. Jesus Christ, this is insane. This is crazy. Yeah, this is crazy. Expands public safety, human rights, and welcomes people to borders. So, wait, this group is actually, looks like they're against this. The SP. Hold on a second. Are these good guys or bad guys? I just saw this map and the information there. Support new border vision. Uphold human rights, and CPB accountability. Okay, so these might be good guys. These are good guys, I think. So, but that's good information to have. The fact that we are about to be policed, 2/3 of us, by Donald Trump's new Gestapo, ICE, which is basically that's what he's turning into. They're even putting out the word they want to hire as many people as possible, and I guarantee they're going to be like, "Are you little Donald Trump? And do you hate brown people?" That's going to be like literally the qualifications they're going to have. No, none of us are going to be safe. So if they suspend habeas corpus, which Kristi Noem said yes that we should, that means that's what she's going to tell Donald Trump. So you guys got to get ready, y'all. If that shit happens, all I'm saying, man, is protect yourself. I can't say exactly what I want to say, but all I'm going to say is protect yourself and your family. Have a plan. Chances are the borders will get closed down, so we won't be able to leave. So we're going to have a fucking plan in place. And getting communication and rallying as many people as possible is going to be the key to it all. So, yeah, there's that. That's insane. That's insane. Yeah, I don't want to find out if my city falls between that. So a lot going on. Let me see what else we got. Okay, so we can do some news clips. Denver now apparently is also having air traffic control temporarily lose radio communications with the aircraft. Super duper. Shit. Oh, night. Why is it 90 seconds again? It seems to be weird. Don't you think? The 2 outages in Newark specifically were 90 seconds. As far as the articles that I've read, this one also happens to be 90 seconds. Denver Airport, a portion of the Denver Air Traffic Control Center, which cover airspace in multiple states, experienced a 90-second loss of communications late Monday, probably having multiple people have panic attacks and heart attacks. That's crazy. This is why Newark Airport is so understaffed right now. They have like maybe 3 people working the tower when there should be like a dozen. This is crazy. And they're going to blame it on Biden. Oh, well, like they always do. That's how they roll. Biden's fault. Even though none of this happened under Pete Buttigieg, and none of this happened before Donald Trump and Elon Musk got involved. We did not have any. We didn't have the problems like this. So it feels like they're breaking it on purpose to somehow then say they're going to fix it, or just make people too afraid to travel on airplanes. I don't even feel safe. I wouldn't feel safe on an airplane right now. Like, to me, that's crazy. If I ever go anywhere, if it's on the East Coast, I'm driving. There's no way I'm getting on an airplane anymore. Right? At least not for now. That's nuts. Can you imagine being on an airplane and all of a sudden freaking no contact with the tower? You have no idea what's going on there. That's crazy. They have no idea what's going on. They can't direct. I mean, you're moving 100 again. Planes move at hundreds of miles an hour. So, yeah, that's crazy. They can move very far in 90 seconds. So they handed 285,000 square miles of airspace. Super. Yep. But yeah, make America great again, though, right? Like, what are we even doing here? So there you go. More air traffic control problems. So what do you guys think? Is it malicious intent, or is it just coincidence? Because the systems are old and Joe Biden broke it, or whatever. Like, I don't believe in I believe in coincidences, but at the same time, I like coincidences, but at the same time, when things start lining up too much, it's like when there's too many coincidences. That's not a conspiracy theorist, but when there's too many facts that line up, it's crazy. Like, I'm not making any of this stuff up. This is literally all happened since Elon Musk got involved, and his little minions start putting their little virgin fingers into our government and systems, specialized systems. So that's scary. So be careful if you travel. Also, apparently, coming into the country is obviously an issue. If they want to check your social media accounts, I would recommend from here on out you turn off. Especially like me, if you talk shit about Donald Trump online and you travel, I don't travel, but even around town, if I got picked up and they're like, let me see your social media, and be like, eat my ass. Sorry, I should have said that. But that would probably be my response, to be honest with you, because I'm an asshole when it comes to authority. Turn off your thumbprint and turn off your Face ID. Do it. I'm serious. Do it right now. 'Cause they can put your thumb on it and they can hold it up at your face. But they can't force you to put in your 4 or 6 digit passcode. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I guess they could. They'd have to literally torture you. I mean, how are they going to force you to put your thumb in all 4 digits? You know what I'm saying? So be safe, be smart, especially if you protest. Like, if you protest, be peaceful. But even now, they're talking about just picking everybody up. If they suspend due process, you're going to see me in the street. I'm not going to be at home. I'm going to be protesting even more if they suspend habeas corpus. They can go fuck themselves. Like I said before, I'm you know what I mean? If they're going to be able to arrest me for not doing anything, I'm just going to do something to get arrested and get it over with. You know what I mean? Well, I'm not recommending anybody else do that, and I'm not talking about breaking the law, but if there is no due process, there's no law. So, and if they're going after people like me that do shows like this, luckily mine is kind of flying under the radar at the moment, but I'm hoping that we grow it's going to cause us problems. And I warned Mike when we got into this, especially after Trump won. I'm like, look, you got to understand what we're getting into, man. We can't, because I was worried about Mike's safety, him and his wife and stuff like that. And that's why if you look at my profile, you won't see any videos of my mom and my kids. You won't even see pictures of my mom and my kids. That's by design. That's on purpose because of what I do. You know what I mean? I'm not going to put my family in harm's way because of what I do. What I do is my own thing, and I take full responsibility for it. And I will protect my family with my life. I will just say that. That should be pretty obvious, though, I would think. But this shit's getting crazy. This shit's getting crazy. What else do we got? Oh, I got good news. I got good news for MAGA voters. You guys are going to be so happy. Walmart is raising its prices due to tariffs. Ooh, shocker. And let's not forget that Walmart supported Donald Trump. Walmart confirmed that its prices in its stores will start to increase due to tariffs on international goods put into place by Donald Trump. So basically, Donald Trump is selling out America while fucking American citizens over at the same time. Watch, we're gonna have people from foreign countries that we should not be dealing with on American soil in the next few months. I think. I really think so. I honestly think Donald Trump is just selling us out completely. Military tech, and with our enemies too. That's the crazy part. Or not even. I mean, not necessarily our enemies, but they're not our friends. It's not like they like us. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah. As president, let's go get into this a little bit. President Trump's tariffs on international goods. None of this is shocking to those of us that followed all this. Wait, Catch My Whiff posted, if my math is right, sorry to interrupt. Math is right, I'm trying to pay attention to comments better. 300 miles an hour, a plane travels 7.5 miles in 90 seconds. Could you imagine? That's far. That's like a bomb moving at 300 miles an hour with no guidance whatsoever from the towers. So they don't know if they are too high, too low, if they have incoming traffic, none of that. That's bonkers, bro. Completely insane. Okay, but anyway, if you guys shop at Walmart, the problem in my area is Walmart's one of the only options I have. I shop there as little as possible, but we have Walmart, Lowe's, and Sam's Club, and that's literally it. Because, like I said, I'm in rural Pennsylvania, so our options are super limited. Fortunately, I guess we're poor, so we can't afford to shop anywhere. Yeah, little humor, self-deprecation humor there. But yeah, hey, look, good news though, MAGA, if you're watching, and if you are watching, share this video on other platforms. See how many people we can get in here by the end of this. We are just, we still have an hour and 20 minutes to go, so let's see how many people we can get in here. So they're going to do their best to keep prices as low as possible. So you guys are saved. You guys are saved. They're going to do their best. I'm sure they're going to cut into their profits to help you out. Yeah, Catch My Whiff. I just had to buy less. That's crazy. Stop shopping at Walmart 20 years ago? Yeah. I know, man. I don't even like walking in there anymore. It makes me sick to my stomach. I love how they're pretending like they're giving a shit. Even though I think they just posted a massive first quarter for profits and shit like that. So, but now they're going to raise prices, even though they're making record profits and stuff. Maybe not record profits, but they're making massive profits. That's hilarious to me. And MAGA will be like, okay, they'll be like paying the higher prices is patriotic. Sorry. I'm waiting for that post. This is patriotic. We got to suffer to be great. In what world is we making America? I thought this was America first. Donald Trump's over there making deals with foreign countries that have killed Americans, literally. Saudi and Qatar, or Syria. I'm sorry, not Qatar, but Syria. And Qatar's been funding Hamas. So that's crazy to me. I can't believe this is the world we live in. And they're treating him like a dumbass king. He thinks they're over there treating him like a king, but they're actually, I think they're making fun of him and laughing at him because all they got people riding camels and fucking red cyber trucks and stuff, like this big ass long caravan, you know, like that word that Donald Trump made up. Be right back. No worries, Pamela. I'm not worried about it. Yeah, I appreciate you letting me know, though. It's cool. Once the story came out, they ruled American companies because being tax companies. I was out. Yeah, Walmart's devious. They're evil, man. Luckily, MAGA is kind of getting pissed about some of this stuff, too. They're going to get pissed about this because it's going to affect their wallets. And, you know, a lot of MAGAs don't have a lot of money. It's just the truth, okay? I'm right. Again, I'm with you. I don't have money either. But, you know, the fact that we pay high prices, yeah, you voted for that. We tried to tell you, and you guys said, like, that's liberal propaganda. But no, that was reality. But we're going to get through this, y'all. We're going to get through this. We're going to keep building this community. We're going to make every show, we're going to have more and more people. You know, hopefully one day I have thousands of people in here listening to what we have to say. You know, we're doing shows 6 days a week now to try and bring you the daily news. Like, this is all just the headlines from today. That's why I'm doing so much, because, like, on our shows, because this Sunday we have a guest. Mondays, me and James talking shit on the derp state, making fun of MAGA. Comedian James Russell, if you ever seen that, that's a lot of fun. And then Tuesday we have another guest. So it's a lot of news, and we're not going to have any shows to cover the news. So it's good that we have this new streaming outlet. And I'm going to have people on here. Like, eventually I'm going to have people with me in the stream. Like James wants to do this with me, talk about the news headlines and stuff like that. And honestly, this is a lot easier. Like I said before, this is a lot easier to put together for you guys than it is to do like a podcast. Streaming like this, I can just open up all these tabs. Like I said, we could just talk about all the news headlines I found from today, and then I can interact with you in the comments. If you haven't been on Welfare and tasted the joys of USDA pork, you should just listen to us speak like you know. Yeah, right. Pamela's back. All right, Pamela's back. We're good to continue. Thank you, Pamela. That's funny. So, all right, what do we want to talk about next? I'm not going to talk about Trump yet. We're going to save that. We are going to save that. One thing I did want to talk about, though, is, which one is it? That's the Medicaid one. The newly proposed bill that could lead to a ban on all online pornography in the United States. Yeah, okay. God damn it. You think people are pissed off now? Take away porn. What? People will have the imagery to what? That's a bad idea. Seriously bad idea. Just look at what happens in countries where there is no porn. Like the Middle East. Yeah. You'll see, occasionally you'll see videos on TikTok come across about women will tell stories because they're like, they work in that industry, and they would get offers to go over there, and they would tell the horror stories of like actual like sex dungeons these people would have. And it's one of the reasons is because they don't have any ability to wank. You know, I mean, I'm sorry, but that is what it is. You want people keeping all that aggression, pent up energy inside? No. Bad idea, bro. This could lead to the downfall of humanity, banning porn. But this is Project 2025. We've said it a million times. Republicans love porn. You know what porn they love? They love trans porn. Republicans love trans porn. They do. It's a fact. Or at least red states do. According to Pornhub, since we're talking about porn. Hopefully my video doesn't get taken down for saying that word so many times. But according to Pornhub, red states traditionally view, actually not traditionally, they absolutely view trans porn by a huge, large margin, more than anywhere else. And I think the whole trans thing is like self-hatred. Like, I'm straight, okay? I've never questioned my sexuality, but I'm also confident enough in my sexuality to look at a trans woman and go, damn, I mean, seriously, I'm not. I mean, maybe I'm being crude, or hopefully this is kind of funny, but I'm still like that. To me, doesn't make me any different. I'm still a straight white guy. I still am only attracted to women, but I can look at a trans woman and go, "Wow." You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to instantly go, "Well, what's down there? Like what's going on with that?" Like I don't understand their obsession with that part of it. I mean, beauty is beauty, and everybody sees beauty differently. But I'm confident enough to say it. I see trans women online all the time. I follow a bunch on TikTok, I think, and it's not because I'm into them like sexually or anything like that. It's because I think they're pretty. That's okay, guys. Like, listen to what I'm saying, especially the younger generation. Okay, it's not toxic to look at somebody and think they're pretty. You can look at a dude and go, man, he looks well made up. You know what I mean? Like if he has a nice suit, haircut, whatever, that's okay. That doesn't make you gay. That just makes you observant and appreciate, how people appreciate beauty. That's what it is. It's not that hard, guys. Okay, so if you see somebody and they just happen to be trans, it's not like you have to freak out and like all of a sudden attack them. Just say you look pretty, you look amazing. Like that's not my thing, but you look great. I'm still not, you know what I mean? I'm not sexually attracted to trans women, but I can look at a trans woman and go, wow, isn't that a new concept, guys? Like, isn't that a mind blowing concept that you can do that? And I don't care if anybody attacks me in the comments after the fact on this, because to me, it's so stupid how these toxic men, and that's what they're teaching, toxic masculinity. As soon as they're like the most vulnerable, ridiculously fragile people on the planet, because as soon as they see something that offends their masculinity or what they think, like if they see somebody, like if they see a trans woman online and they think they're pretty, all of a sudden that they feel somehow that makes them, I don't know. I can't think of how they think. I don't have the capability to be that stupid. But somehow it affects them. You know what I mean? They are so fragile. Like they call us snowflakes, but in reality, if you attack anything about their manhood, they fall apart so fast. It's actually kind of funny. It should be studied by scientists if we have any left after this is all over with. Okay, so but this is like I said, this is about more than just pornography. Okay, they are trying to use obscenity, which is not pornography, but they're trying to use it and keep it very vague, using the word obscenity. So obscenity could be defined any way they want it to be, or they could just like, oh, we'll leave it to the states, like they like to say. Obscenity could be just a picture of somebody in revealing clothing on the internet. That could be considered obscenity. Books that they don't like could be considered obscenity, and they can start banning. That's how they can start banning books. Movies, they could say that. Grand Theft Auto 6, they've tried to ban Grand Theft Auto so many times. Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming out. Or if they ban, they put that's banned. They say it's for pornography, but it's really about their definition of obscenity. They want to control all of that. So they're trying to make you focus on the pornographic part of it when it's more about them controlling anything they want, like books, movies, music, the whole shebang. Okay, it's probably a classic Project 2025. It's all in there. So yeah, but they would actually, the bill supported by the Heritage Foundation could enable a nationwide federal ban and prosecutions of online pornography. So all you OF girls that voted for Donald Trump, you're going to be out of a job, or you're going to be prosecuted for distributing pornography. Yeah, that's why I laughed when Amber Rose was like up there at the RNC, like, I support there's about the children and blah, 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 blah. Like, girl, they're going to ban, you're not going to have a job. You're voting for them to take away your money. So anybody that does any kind of content like that, OF, even Instagram models, stuff like that, they're going to consider that all obscene and they're going to take it all away. But that's what they're proposing anyway. And right now, I have no idea what to tell you if it's going to go through or not, because Democrats are pissing me the fuck off, yo. Democrats are pissing me off. I'm glad I made this live screen so we can actually see all this stuff. But man, Democrats are pissing me off. We got Democrats voting with Republicans on stuff they should not be voting on. They should be voting against them on everything. All this shit, everything they're proposing is absolutely crazy. But we got these middle of the road Democrats trying to appease to the right. I'm not cool with it, and they need to go. I don't know about the next election either, guys. I'm really worried about the midterms. You think the guys are going to let the Congress go to Democrats? You guys honestly think they're going to let Congress go to the Democrats in a year and a half? I honestly don't think it's going to happen, man. Oh, thank you, Rune. I appreciate that. You wouldn't believe anyone saying that they aren't. I mean, yeah. That's a nice compliment. I mean, it takes a man with self-confidence without prejudice to admit that many trans women are attractive. And don't think that like I was always like this. Like it took me a while to adjust to the idea. You know what I mean? And how I had to really figure out how I felt about it. But I came to terms with the fact that I don't give a shit what's in your pants. Like if you're pretty, you're pretty. That's just how it is. But yeah, this shit's crazy. So they could ban all that stuff. And they have already been trying to ban books. They've been trying to ban books. And Florida's ground zero. We do a lot of work with Stop Moms for Liberty. Liz McTarian, you guys know who that is. She's been on the show a bunch of times now. Banning books left and right. I always find it funny that they never call the Bible obscene. And they never try to ban Mein Kampf or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they never try to ban any of that Nazi shit. They always try and ban books about, like, they call it DEI now. Or black fatigue is their new term that they're trying to use. Which is funny because if you look up the definition of black fatigue, which we could do right now. Meaning, yeah. It's just like the term woke. They don't know what the term woke means. I could define woke in four or five words. I can't remember how many words. Awareness of social injustice. Awareness of social. Yeah. All right, 4 words. Yeah, that's what woke means. So being aware is a good thing. Being aware of stuff is a good thing. Now, let me make the chat a little smaller here so we can see this. I gotta find a place for you guys for a second. Let me pop you guys right over here. You know what? I'll put you damn right. I'll just put your asses right in the middle for a second, and then I'll move you back because I can do that. All right. So this is what black fatigue means, and this is what white people they're using. Just like they're misusing woke, just like they're misusing DEI, they're misusing the term black fatigue. DEI for them is they want to say the N-word, but they don't because they know it's going to cause a fuss. So they're trying to find words that they could use to demonize the black community. This also ties into what we talked about yesterday about how they're going around saying that there is genocide happening in Catch My Whip. Thank you for the $5. Appreciate it. For the woke jar. Elon Musk and Donald Trump are trying to say that white people are being killed in a genocide, being killed by black people in Africa. That's what they're going around telling MAGA, and that's what they're going around on X. They're amplifying that. And of course, MAGA believes this, and it all ties into their great replacement theory. Like, they're trying to import white people. They're going to import as many white people as they possibly can. It all ties together. But black fatigue, getting back to that, refers to a state of chronic exhaustion and emotional distress experienced by black individuals as a result of systemic racism and racial discrimination, you frickin' Muppets. It's cumulative effects of microaggressions, witnessing racial injustice, dealing with stereotypes and prejudice, carrying the burden of historical and ongoing oppression. That's what black fatigue means by definition. It's not that hard to look the shit up. You know what I'm saying? So, again, white people are trying to appropriate the term and turn it into something like just like CRT, critical race theory. Like I actually looked into critical race theory a long time ago when I first started podcasting because I kept hearing the right talk about it like it was a bad thing. So I'm the type of person that if I hear him demonize something for no reason, I couldn't figure out why they were doing it. I looked into it. And the more I looked into it, the more I felt like critical race theory should be taught in high school. Like it's just a college class. It's an elective college class. It's not something that you take all the time or that everybody just takes. That's taught in every class or every college or whatever. You actually have to choose to take the class. You saw a video today of some scrawny Hulk Hogan looking dude praising Dumpy for lowering gas in the dude's town. They're so dumb, dude. They're so dumb. Yeah. They are. I'm sorry, they are. They are. It's okay to say now. It's okay to say. Like, I used to get in trouble for saying that. Everybody's like, you shouldn't call people stupid. But now they're like, yeah. they're pretty dumb. They're pretty dumb. So they equate good as, you know, if the gas goes down, they're like, yay, Donald Trump's the best ever. Guys, grocery prices will be historically high. But when gas goes down, they're going to take it as a win. And they're going to make it like the biggest deal ever. But again, I worry about the midterms, man. I feel like they're setting shit up to just screw us over. I'm still not fully convinced about. I'm sorry, man. I am still not fully convinced of the results of this last election. I'll be the one to say it. I'll accept it, and I moved on. But I'm still not convinced that somebody wasn't meddling around. I mean, we definitely know there was a misinformation campaign brought on by Elon Musk and, you know, their buddies over in Russia. We know that for a fact. That's not even something that we have to say allegedly about. But no, I'm just not convinced, dude. I'm just not convinced. The amount of money that Kamala Harris raised in such a short period of time, the amount of stadiums that woman filled and Tim Walz filled at the end, and Donald Trump couldn't even fill a fucking high school basketball stadium with people, and people were leaving after the fucking Venmo payments would hit, allegedly. You can see this shit in every one of his freaking rallies. There's a moment in time where everybody leaves at once. You can't tell me they're leaving just because all of a sudden it's coincidence. Like I said, I like coincidences, but at the same time, the facts line up. If you look at, there's a lot of videos we've played over the years, over the last year and a half, and they're yeah. I find it hard to believe. They're telling me not to believe my eyes is the part I hate. It's like I saw these stadiums being packed. I saw the excitement from everybody. I saw it with my own eyes, and I saw people falling asleep or walking out of Donald Trump's tiny rallies. And watching J.D. Vance do a rally in front of like hundreds, literally hundreds of people. But you mean to tell me they won all 7 swing states. And the last president to do that was Obama. And the last Republican president to do that was Reagan, who at the time was one of the most popular presidents ever. You mean to tell me? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist. Like I said, I accept the results. I just still have a problem with it, okay? Maybe one day I'll be proven right, but, you know, I'm allowed to speculate, right? And I'm sure a lot of you out there feel the same way. I'm sure a lot of you out there feel the same way. Just so you're not alone. I'll be more than happy to just say it out loud. People can call me a conspiracy theorist if they want, but like like I said, we played the videos of Elon Musk saying shit like, or his kids saying stuff like, with Starlink, we can quietly do whatever we want. And then Elon Musk saying, like, if we lose this election, I'm going to go to jail for the rest of my life. Stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. So people need to pay attention to this stuff. Again, when all the facts start to just kind of add up together, I don't like to jump too far to conclusions until I have enough evidence to actually make a conclusion. But yeah, some of this stuff makes me feel like I'm nuts. Because now I feel like one of them. I feel like I've turned into a goddamn right-wing conspiracy theorist about this shit. Because none of it makes sense. None of it makes sense how we have this dumbass as our leader right now. Other than the fact that a lot of money was dumped into his election to make him win. A lot of effort. Okay, the Heritage Foundation. We talked about this yesterday. The Heritage Foundation has spent 40. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, 40, almost 40 years, over 40 years now, trying to get into the White House. Since Reagan, the Heritage Foundation has been trying to do this. And now they got in. They're in. You know what I'm saying? So they've put 40 years of effort and billions, but the B, billions of dollars into this shit. Money and misinformation. Exactly right, Alan. They put billions of dollars into this effort. And Donald Trump was dumb enough and corrupt enough to go along with it, guys. And now he's the president as a result of them. The Heritage Foundation, they're the shadow government. If you guys, that I will say 100% with absolute certainty. You call me crazy. They're the ones quiet. They've been quietly in the background for 40 fucking years, people. They are that deep state that everybody talks about. They're writing his policies and just handing it to him. Donald Trump doesn't even know what he's signing half the time. They have to explain it. He can't even explain it. The press will be like, what's this one? He'll be like, and then whoever's standing there literally has, like, the only one that Donald Trump explains are the stupid ones, like the one he comes up with, like the paper straws, was his. The paper straws shit was his idea. Catch my whiff, you agree about the Heritage, man. I'm telling you guys, yeah, it sounds crazy, but we need to start focusing our attention on the Heritage Foundation and whoever deals with them, like the people that are at the top of that food chain there. And I want to start doing like more investigative work into that. I wish I had the time and the resources because I would expose them for everything that they are. I would love to expose the Heritage Foundation to go head to head with these sons of bitches. God, let me at them. You guys know I like to talk shit on the internet. If I had a big enough audience and enough resources, I would directly go attack the Heritage Foundation and what they're doing and expose them for everything that they've done leading up for over the last 40 years. Because this is 100% their vision. And it's all based in Nazism. It is 100%. We got to start calling it what it is. It's not fascism. I mean, it is fascism, but we need to start calling it that N-word. Okay? There's an N-word for them. Nazis. Nazism. Okay? That's what this is. It's all rooted in whatever Adolf Hitler was doing back in the day. So we need to stop pretending like this is somehow democracy. Okay? Call it what it is, please. Even if it hurts people's feelings, and they're like, because I know there's a theory that goes out there where, like, when you say that word over and over again, it loses its value. But I think it applies quite often and quite perfectly to the situation. Call me crazy, but Mike and I have done multiple episodes comparing Donald Trump's cabinet to that of Adolf Hitler's. We've done it. Mike and I have, with our little tiny show and our little bit of resources, we've done enough digging into this to know what we're talking about. So please believe us when I say that this is crazy and absolutely happening. So, all right, we're going to get in. Didn't Democrats win big? They did win big. They flipped the seat. But that's the thing. That's what worries me. They were going to start panicking. They see that they're starting to flip seats. Yeah, they're starting to see that they're flipping seats because most of these elections were deep red and they've flipped. The last couple of ones. I can't remember what states they were in. But they're going to panic, and that's why I'm worried about the midterms. So we have to somehow, and that's why I'm worried about the Democrats, because we have to somehow protect this democracy long enough. And I don't know if it's even possible, because the Heritage Foundation's plan is a 6-month plan. Okay, we have a year and a half left. Actually, it's been 6 months since the election. And it's been 4 months almost since Donald Trump got inaugurated. So we have 2 more months before they put everything in place. And they're doing a damn good job of it because we're still fucking disorganized and not unified as a country. They are. That's why MAGA's winning. That's why Donald Trump is winning, because they're all unified behind this dumbass shit that we're seeing play out in front of us. Okay, so yeah, if we can in the future, I would love to do deeper dives into the Heritage Foundation and all that. So, all right, so let's talk some world news, and then we'll get into some Donald Trump stuff, because I didn't realize it's over an hour, been over an hour already. So let me, which one is it? There we go. So peace talks. Let me go ahead and hold on a second. Live chat. Here we go. Let me move you guys over so you can see. Give me 1 second here. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so now you guys can see this. The stuff with Putin and Zelensky is just getting ridiculous. They're getting nowhere. Donald Trump is getting nowhere with it, obviously, because we all know Donald Trump's in Putin's pocket. Or his asshole, whichever one you want to, yeah. So, yeah, Putin will not attend Ukraine peace talks in Turkey. So the Russian president was supposed to go to Turkey to talk to Zelensky, and instead apparently is sending just frontmen for it. Putin's absence follows a push led by President Trump for direct talks between Putin and Zelensky aimed at achieving a ceasefire, which Donald Trump is failing at again. The Kremlin said that Putin's aide, Vladimir Medinsky, are all of them like Volodymyr and Vladimir? Or is it just me? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, Jesus Christ. All right. Sorry. Zelensky insists on meeting with Putin personally. Obviously, I don't see why that's such a problem. I think this is one of the ones I have a video about. Let's see here.
Moments ago in the Turkish capital of Ankara, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky arrived ahead of peace talks set to begin today with Russia in Istanbul, aimed at finding an end to the war. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, along with presidential envoy Steve Witkoff and retired Army Lieutenant General Keith Kellogg, expected to join the negotiations tomorrow. Secretary Rubio arrived in Turkey yesterday for meetings with NATO officials. Russia's Vladimir Putin is not expected to attend this week's peace talks in Turkey. President Trump addressed Putin's absence from the negotiations during a business roundtable earlier today in Qatar.
Are you disappointed by that?
No, I didn't anticipate. I actually said, why would he go if I'm not going? Because I wasn't going to go. I wasn't planning to go. I would go, but I wasn't planning to go. And I said, I don't think he's going to go if I don't go. And that turned out to be right. But we have people there. Marco, as you know, is doing a fantastic job. Marco's there, Secretary of State, and we have people there. But I didn't think it was possible for Putin to go if I'm not there.
Here, what's the latest there?
Marco Rubio isn't here right now, not here by the Bosphorus here in Istanbul. He's in Antalya, where there is a informal NATO meeting, long planned. The Russians are here, but they are a much reduced group of negotiators than might have been expected, led by Vladimir Medinsky, the former culture minister in Russia, a man who does not have the stature, for example, of Foreign Minister Lavrov or other members of the Russian delegation.
Yeah, so you guys get the point there. Oh, yo, my God, you guys gotta see this shit. You guys gotta see this shit. This is gonna make you pissed off. You gotta see this. I wonder if I close this up a little bit. Let me try to do this. I'm trying to make it so I can see the chat, but we can still see all the shit on my screen. Yeah, I guess that works, right? Yeah, kinda. Not really, but kinda. Yeah. I'm trying here. What do you want from me? I'm trying to make it so I can see the chat and the screen and all that shit. There we go. All right, let me try that. That looks better. That's a little bit easier. You guys can at least see. Wait, actually, I make this smaller. There we go. Okay, cool. So, yeah, Putin's not going. So, not really a shocker there. It's never going to happen. There's never going to be peace in Ukraine. Russians never going to back down. So Uncle Donnie's not going to do shit about it. So, yeah, you ever wonder how Donald Trump has always failed and still managed to somehow have money? to continue on. I mean, it's not obvious to anybody that he's Russian money backed. As look at Trump Towers. Look at the numbers on Trump Towers. Originally, a lot of dark Russian money was funneled into Trump Towers when it originally opened up. So, you know, it's just funny how the guy's filed bankruptcy so many times and failed at everything he's ever done, pretty much, and still managed to be one of the most powerful people in the world, if not the most powerful person in the world. Well, he thinks he is, but in reality, I know people are plotting behind his back because they got what they wanted. The Heritage Foundation got what they wanted, guys. I don't think Trump's going to see the end of his first term. And I'm not saying they're going to do anything like violent, but I think they're going to 25th Amendment him eventually and just put J.D. Vance in his place. I think that was the plan the whole time. We've said it before, I think, on the show about, yeah, so I'm not going to talk about Theo Vaughn. Fuck that guy. Let's see. I have some funny stuff, though, because I want to get into the Trump stuff here, because we got about 40 minutes left. But before that, again, so we're clear, Republicans advanced the bill with a steep cuts to Medicaid as part of Trump's agenda. MAGA, are you fucking listening to me? Probably not, because y'all dumbasses don't listen to shit. But anyway, just so you know, on May 14th, which was yesterday, House Republicans advanced a bill proposing hundreds of billions in cuts to Medicaid and SNAP. I went over that yesterday. Like, if you have a kid over the age of 6 and you're a single parent, you no longer get Medicaid or food stamps. Now they want to cut Medicaid. This is also Project 2025. See, this is what I've been trying to tell my mayor. We need to hold a fucking town hall every month. So even people that voted for Donald Trump and at first didn't believe, because there's a lot of people coming around to the realization that, yeah, this is reality. Project 2025 is real. Some of them are going down with the ship and dying on this hill. But some people are like, I really thought that you guys were bullshitting us. There are some of those people out there, and I've talked to them at rallies. I've talked to people that voted for Trump that are now at protests speaking out against Donald Trump. So it is, it is the thing, man. It is happening. So there is that. That is positive news. And I'm going to keep, like I said, there are protests coming up. I'm sure in my hometown, I'm trying to be involved more. As a matter of fact, after this, I want to send out our group text in our Signal chat and see what else we got going on. But I want to, I don't know if you guys have heard, but there's supposed to be a massive one on June 8th. June 8th is it D-Day? I keep getting June 6th and June 8th mixed up for some reason. I'm sorry. My brain goes in 10 different directions at once. I'm trying to get back to D.C., but I don't know if I want to be able to raise the money to do it. That's why I'm kind of doing like as much content as possible, because I want to raise money to go to more functions. I want to do more on-location stuff, man, for you guys, so you guys can see it. And I want to go to a massive protest. Like, I really want to go to one that is just thousands of people, and this one is supposed to be massive. And the goal is to have more people there that go to Trump's parade, which he is having, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. So yeah, I am desperately trying to raise money for that. So if you guys know of anybody that would be willing to sponsor us, maybe, or donate or whatever. June 6th is D-Day. That's right, Alan. Thank you. I keep getting those confused for some reason. I really want to go. I can't speak for Mike. I know I'm sure he would love to go again, but I can't speak for him taking time off of work because he has a full-time job, whereas I'm committed to doing this, even though it's kind of rough at the moment. But that's besides the point. So if there's anybody out there that's willing to sponsor, either small companies, whatever, we're willing to promote. You know what I mean, and exchange services if it's a proper, because we want to vet who we promote. We don't want to just promote anybody. We want to do this properly. It's not going to be like we're just going to take money from anybody. But if you know anybody else that want to donate, like we have that GoFundMe in our link tree, which is in the description of this video. It's also on all of our channel pages and stuff like that, except for Twitch. I don't think I have it on Twitch. Who is watching on Twitch, by the way? Say something. I see one person watching on Twitch, and I'm wondering who you are. I only have 23 followers on Twitch. But now that I'm streaming, I'm hoping to kind of build that a little bit more too. But yeah, so again, though, Medicaid, food stamps, us poor people are going to be we're getting fucked, guys. We're getting fucked. We're getting screwed. Okay, if you're not on Medicaid, you're not on food stamps. Good for you. Congratulations. I'm very proud of you, and I'm sure you've made good decisions in your life. But there's those of us that have made shit decisions with our lives, and those of us that just have tried extremely hard to fit in with society. And so I'm one of those people where I've tried very hard to be successful, but I just don't fit into society. If you guys watch me, I'm like this all the time. Like, I don't have a filter. I don't pretend to. I don't like pretending to be somebody else. So I'm often considered weird, a little crazy. But online, everybody seems to think that I have good opinions on things. So who would have thought? At 47 years old, this is what I would be doing. But just so you know, your donations do go towards the show. Please know that. This has never been about money for us. We don't do ad revenue on our lives because we want to say what we want to say without having getting in trouble with YouTube or getting violated for something that we say that violates their ad revenue policy. So, we really are grassroots. We really just rely on small dollar donations from you guys. So, but we are in trouble as far as this goes. This is going to affect millions of people. Approximately 7.6 million people are going to lose health insurance by the year 2034. While the American population continues to increase. So that's bad. That's bad. So more and more people are going to need medical insurance. And again, we could have universal health care. Everybody in America could have government health care right now. right fucking now. Without question. And it could be the best health care we've ever had. Honestly, I'm not even, this is not even an exaggeration. If these billionaire assholes who just want to take from us and keep more for themselves would just contribute to society and give a shit about humanity, we would be so much better off. That's why I hate billionaires especially. Like, if you're a millionaire, you can make millions of dollars and not be a horrible person, but I'm convinced that there is very few people that are good people that have billions of dollars. Very few. There are good people, but very few. And there's only hundreds of billionaires in the United States. And they control everything. That's what kills me. They control everything, including government policy. I think we see that now. Weird story that caught my attention. Apparently, the Ben & Jerry's co-founder was arrested at the U.S. Senate after protesting the war in Gaza. That threw me for a loop. That was not on my bingo card for the day. So Ben Cohen, co-founder of Ben & Jerry's and longtime activist, was arrested May 14, 2025 during a Senate hearing on Capitol Hill. I don't agree with everything with Ben & Jerry's, but the guy's standing on business for sure. That's crazy. The arrest occurred after Cohen and 6 others disrupted a Senate hearing where the head of the Department of Health and Human Services, that would be the guy who was swimming in raw sewage the other day, was discussing the 2026 budget. The guy with the brainworm swimming in shit. So Cohen confronted lawmakers over U.S. support for Israel's Gaza campaign, as he should. Because what's happening in Gaza is crazy. Actually, Trump recently said something about Gaza that had me a little concerned. I don't know what this means, but since we're talking about Gaza, Trump again suggests U.S. take over Gaza and turn it into a freedom zone. I don't know what that means. So at a Thursday, this is in Qatar. At a Thursday meeting with the Qatari government officials, the Doha President Donald Trump proposed that the U.S. assume control of Gaza. Do you guys think he's trying to cut Israel out of the loop? Because Israel's pissed that he's making all these deals with Qatar and Saudi Arabia and all that shit. That's not a good thing for it. And if Donald Trump wants Gaza, what if Donald Trump wants, this is conspiracy me, what if Donald Trump really does want Gaza for himself to turn it into this luxury place? Full of worshiping Donald Trump, it feels like Israel's getting cut out of the loop on this one. I don't know. Hey, Jeanette, thanks for the more kroners. Thank you so much. A little help getting to DC. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'll get there somehow, man. I'll keep talking to you guys. You guys continue to support me, so I'll just keep doing my thing. You know what I mean? So. Yeah, let me, I wish I could move that over. I'll have to work on that. I want to get this layout right. But yeah, Freedom Zone. I don't know what the fuck a Freedom Zone is. Okay, that's not English. Oh, Romanian. Oh, you know what? Let's see what they have to say in Romanian. Except cookies. U.S. President Trump said on Thursday that the United States wants to take the Gaza Strip, devastated by 19 months of war between Israel and Palestine. Yeah, Israel's bombing the shit out of hospitals and stuff right now, dude. It's freaking horrible what they're doing over there. I'm sorry. Here you go. I have concepts. I think he really is. What if he makes an alliance with Saudi and Qatar and all those people, Syria, and they end up cutting Israel out of the loop? That could be crazy. That could be crazy. I have concepts for Gaza that I think are very good. That's concerning. To make it a free zone, for the U.S. to get involved and just make it a free zone. He wants to turn it into a zone of freedom. What the fuck does that mean? I hear genocide. When I see that, I hear ethnic cleansing. That's what that should say. It should have in parentheses, this means ethnic cleansing and genocide. Or they're just going to politely ask everybody to fucking leave. Oh, we told them they could go. Okay. Yeah, sure, guys. That's not really how it fucking works, right? I mean, seriously, I don't know what delusion these people are under. But, yeah, so that's kind of freaking me out a little bit. I don't know. I think there's going to be a lot. The guy who said he wouldn't get us into any new wars is about to start World War III. And he's making deals with all the enemies of America at the same time. Shit, we have quite a bit left to talk. But since we're talking about that area, the Middle East and all that, Donald Trump said he would order lifting of sanctions against Syria. Syria is not our friend. There's a reason those sanctions are there. Donald Trump is making deals with the most fucking vile people on the planet. And the media is not even really talking about it. They're trying to play it off like, oh, he's making deals. Look at what he's doing. No. He is selling us out for personal gain. They're trying to give him a $400 million plane. He's going to take it. He's not even going to modify it. I guarantee he's going to end up taking it and being on it and shit. I guarantee it. I fucking guarantee it. If he hasn't already flown on it, it's just to check it out. I'm telling you, he's not going to wait 3 or 4 years for them to retrofit to be up to par as far as being an Air Force One. Yeah, so he says, I will be ordering the cessation of sanctions against Syria in order to give them a chance of greatness. So now, I thought it was make America great again. Here he is talking about making Syria great again. I don't hear anything about America in this equation. I don't know how MAGA keeps moving the goalposts on this, but I don't see America in this equation at all. I see him making deals with other countries for himself and getting treated like a fucking puppet king while he's there. It's disgusting, dude. It's so disgusting. So, a couple more things I want to go over, and then we'll get out of here. I love you guys for hanging out. I was kind of hoping there'd be more people in here. Oh, Kathy, thank you so much for the $1.09. I appreciate the contribution. Sorry, I got tongue-tied there. I'm still getting used to that. So Donald Trump wants to do 2 new super cutting-edge fighter jets, the F-22 Super and an F-55. Okay, but there's a problem. Donald Trump doesn't like stealth planes because of how they look. I swear to God, I watched. I have this video that I'm not going to play. I'm going to play it. He says, I'm not a huge believer in stealth because stealth is basically a lot of design and the shape. So you're going to design an ugly plane for stealth reasons. This guy's all about looks. Yes, there's a reason stealth planes are designed the way they are, you dumbass. Here you go.
And so I want to do that. And sometimes, stealth, they do stealth. I'm not a huge believer in stealth because stealth is basically a lot of it's the design and the shape. And, I'm sure you.
What does that mean?
But also, if that's the case, they're going to figure it out pretty fast, I think. So you're going to design an ugly plane for stealth reasons. 6 months later, they're going to figure out this, and then you're stuck with a plane. Now we're doing a super F-22, and we're going to be going with it pretty quickly. And then I never made.
Bro, that's funny. So he's more concerned that it's going to be ugly. Hey, Kathy, you know it's so funny that you bring that up. You're going to love this. You, me, and great minds think alike. Because I have some stuff from Donald Trump regarding, because Donald Trump once asked, how are those planes so good? And they told him it's because the enemy can't see it. And then Donald Trump was talking about it. He thought they meant the fucking planes were invisible. So now he's mad about it, apparently, and doesn't believe in stealth because the planes are ugly. But no, Donald Trump has a weird thing with stealth technology. And Kathy, this is for you, okay? This is so good.
35 Lightning fighters. It's stealth. You can't see it. So when I talk to even people from the other side, they're trying to order our plane. There's an F-35 stealth fighter outside. It's something very special. Can't see it. Hey, Fred, she makes a plane you can't see. It's stealth. F-35. I hope you can't see it at least, right? You cannot see it. Is that correct? That's correct. Better be correct, right? I was asking the Air Force guys, I said, how good is this plane? They said, well, sir, you can't see it. I said, yeah, but in a fight, a fight like I watch on the movies, the fight, they're fighting. How good is it? They say, well, it wins every time because the enemy cannot see it. Even if it's right next to it, it can't see it. You can't see it. You can't see it. So it's hard to fight a plane that you can't see, right? When we fight, they can't see our plane. I said, that sounds like a pretty big advantage, right? It's called stealth. Super stealth. Stealth. Super stealth. The best in the world.
Super stealth. Super stealth. Fucking super stealth. Are you out of your freaking minds? That's funny, dude. Super stealth. It's called super. All right. I've never heard that one before. I've watched so many videos of Trump, especially about this stealth shit, and I've never heard him call it super stealth. And I'm like in tears right now. I'm trying not to laugh really hard right now because that's some of the funniest shit I've ever heard in my life. Fucking super stealth. Super stealth. Okay. All right. Whatever. All right. I'll be shut up. But this is how Trump arrived in Qatar. And they treated this Muppet like a king. Like the king of America, dude. Like, Trump was eating this shit up. Look at this. Not just that. There's that. There's this. And then there's this. Red fucking Cybertrucks. Look at this freaking motorcade. This is insane. Tax dollars at work, y'all. I wonder how much this trip cost the American taxpayer. You know what I'm saying? Like, how much did this cost? This makes me sick to my stomach, dude. They are making him feel like he is the king. And he doesn't think anything's wrong with it. He expects this now. And they're probably laughing at him behind his back. Like, look at how much shit we get away with if we just bribe this guy. I guarantee the leaders of these countries are laughing. I mean, they fought against Americans. They funding Hamas in literally helping kill Americans. I'm saying, like, that's the people Donald Trump's talking to. And that's not allegedly, that's an actual fucking fact. So, yeah, Qatar signs a $200 billion deal with Boeing. So Boeing's getting rich off of Qatar. So, yeah, that's cool. Don't give a shit about that, but that's going to drive their stock prices up. I'm sure their stock or shareholders are really happy about it. While we in America we don't know if we're going to be able to get to our destination right now because our FAA is completely screwed up. Also, we have Donald Trump, believe it or not, has invited El Chapo's fucking family into the United States on some secret deal they're working at. Maybe El Chapo's son is in trouble and is rolling on the cartels, which would be crazy, which that would legitimately be crazy. But these people are in the United States, man. We got South African immigrants, white people, being imported into the United States, giving free passage and expedited asylum, or whatever it's called. And then we have Donald Trump secretly sneaking in El Chapo's family, who have killed people very gruesomely. Have you ever seen a cartel movie? That's probably not even the tip of the iceberg of what actually goes on down there with the cartels, the drug cartels and shit. Yeah. So So Donald Trump has invited Sinaloa cartel co-founder Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, relatives. I'm sorry, a son of. So yeah, he's here. He's here right now. Mexican president's pissed because she was not involved in this decision at all, and had no idea that this was happening. So he was extradited. Hold on. So yeah, the United States accuses El Chapo's sons, known as the Chapitos, of taking over the Sinaloa cartel after the capture of their father. Wasn't El Chapo killed? Or I guess he was captured. I don't remember. I thought El Chapo was killed. Or am I thinking of the other guy? I might be. I can't remember. I was into like the cartel stuff on Netflix. Like you watch those. The one that I know they're sensationalized, but they're informational. You actually learn from stuff like that. So the cartel is one of 6 Mexican drug trafficking groups and designated a terrorist group by Donald Trump. So Donald Trump just imported a terrorist. Our president, Donald J. Trump, I know, Chapitos. You say it, I sound ridiculous because I can't speak other languages because I can't roll my R's. So especially I struggle with Spanish, especially and pronunciation and stuff like that. So I have a slight speech impediment. Yeah, Trump loves criminals, dude, but he just imported a terrorist designated by him. He said, "You're a terrorist. Come on over, buddy. You'll fit right the fuck in America, man." Yeah, so that happened too. So I just want to let you guys know that Donald Trump is now not only importing white people from South Africa, he's importing terrorist cartel leaders and family members into the United States. And they're probably, I'm sure they're not living in a hotel. I'm sure they're living in some kind of freaking palace or something. Yeah, with the amount of money they have. So one more thing I want to go over. And this is one of the reasons I really want to raise money to go down there on next month in June for the protest. We're going to go over Donald Trump's Truth Social page like we always do. We're not going to have time. Looks like troll Twitter today. One of these days, that's what we're going to do. We're going to go through and just make funny comments on some of these people's pages. You guys can actually recommend comments, and I can post them because I don't give a shit about my Twitter page. They can ban it for all I care. So it's like where I can be as toxic as possible towards these people is Twitter. And usually I just troll him. That's all I have it for. And I don't even use Truth Social except for to monitor his account because he posts on both Twitter. Donald Trump posts both on Twitter and Truth Social, but he mainly posts on Truth Social. So you got to keep an eye on that. I don't recommend you do it. Let me do it so you don't have to because it'll give you a headache. So Trump parade is happening. He wants to house 7,500 soldiers in government office buildings, you fucking bastard. So you want to bring 7,500 military people into the state capitol, and then you want to just put them up in office buildings. And then you want them to march for you like good little soldiers. I hope the military revolts against this shit. This is horrific. And they say it's for the Army's 250th birthday. No, it's not. No, it's not. Dude, this is Donald Trump's birthday. I mean, come on. Come on. You think this is really about the military? Donald Trump shits on the military and everything that the veterans and military stand for. It's disgusting. And then he's going to just use $100 million. He's probably going to blow through, $500 million in 6 months on his first 6 months of his second term. $500 million, at least. That's not even including this trip he just went on to freaking all these other places. So now he's going to hold $100 million. They say, yeah, estimated $30 million. Fuck off. We already know it's going to be at least $100 million. We know it's going to be, it's crazy. I'd be surprised if it was anything less than $100 million. Oh, and fireworks. Cool, which is going to be good because by then we'll see if we even have any because they're all made in China. But this is why I want to go down and broadcast on our channel and every channel I possibly can the June, or the one that's a week, 8 days before this. Because the crowd has to be, we have to send a message. And if we can have a bunch of people in the streets a week before his birthday telling him to go fuck himself, I think that's the statement we need to have. You know what I mean? White South Africans are threatening Jews on Twitter already? Brina, are you fucking serious? That's crazy. If you guys, this is going to be a next level racism. Next level racism, dude. These people, like, yeah. Just, if you've never researched apartheid, just look it up. Just look it up. You know what I mean? I mean, fuck, just watch the movie Blood Diamond if you're not into doing research. Just, you know what I'm saying? Like, movies are informative too. I've learned a lot from movies because they've actually caused me, I'll see something in a movie and then I'll actually look into it. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, apartheid is horrible. If you're not into read, you can't read, you don't like doing research, watch Blood Diamond. Real shit. Not true story, I don't believe. But real shit. That's like literally what happens over there. It's fucked up. And it's crazy to me how a country with so many resources is not completely independent from colonization. And, you know what I mean? They should definitely be independent from, I think, all of us. Why not? I mean, why shouldn't Africa be thriving if they're the ones that have all the resources? They're just being exploited like the rest of the world. That's what we do. That's what we do best. I mean, it's how fucking Elon Musk got us started. His dad helped colonize emerald mines in Africa. In South Africa, or where in parts of Africa. That's literally what these people are about. Crazy, right? So, yeah, it'll showcase 120 military vehicles, including 24 Abrams tanks, which are going to completely shred the roads, which are going to have to be completely repaved, which is going to be more taxpayer money. That's why this parade's going to cost even more, because the repair bills on this is going to be insane. Not to include the cleanup bills, because most MAGA supporters are disgusting pieces of shit. We've seen them leave trash at events. Like, you can look pictures on the internet. You can go on Twitter. When they leave a place, it's like it looks like a landfill. Basically, it's horrible. So, 4 Paladin self-propelled howitzers and various flying aircraft overhead. So it's going to be on Constitution Avenue near the White House and fireworks finale. This guy can go fuck himself, man. You know what I mean? If I'm going to get arrested for what I say, I'm going to say it. This guy can go fuck himself. All of y'all that voted for him, you can all shove your heads up your asses. Please. Right now. Because this is ridiculous. And this is an abuse of money. This is fraud, waste, and abuse they're looking for. It's right in front of us, and MAGA is like, yay, parade. I'm honestly at my limit with these people. I really am. So, all right, you know what? For fun, to finish us off, let's see what Donald Trump's posting on his social media platform. This is always entertaining for the most part. Yeah, I don't believe that 10 million followers either. I think that's mostly just bots. Okay, so he reposted, let's see, where are we at? 11 hours. All right, let me go. I like starting a day back. This is what I do every day. I go on Trump's feed, look how much he posted, and I go about a day back. I believe he called America stupid somewhere in here too. Let me find that. Oh, here's all the videos of Donald Trump meeting with very horrible people. Jesse Waters licking Donald Trump's butthole. Donald Trump looking like an idiot. Yeah, look at this. It's just, yeah, this is crazy. And this is all a day. This is one day, guys. Repost. Repost. Jesus. Come on, man. Seriously? Oh my God, this is so bad. Somebody take Grandpa's phone away, man. Cut the internet off. This guy's terrible. I want to find the one post. We will begin shortly. Oh, he's making comments. Is this today? Has this already happened? Man, I'm not playing that. You're a disgrace. Oh, here's a good one. Big case today in the United States Supreme Court. Birthright citizenship was not meant for people taking vacations to become permanent citizens of the United States of America and bringing their families with them. All the time laughing at the suckers that we are. The United States of America is the only country in the world that does this. No, we don't. We have other countries have immigration, but drug cartels love it, of course. And the guy just imported the drug cartel. And he's on his dumbass page, his dumbass website, talking about drug cartel. This is what I mean. This is how dumb as shit is. This is why we need to be in the streets. This is idiotic. He's complaining about drug cartels on his True Social page, and he just secretly imported El Chapo's son and family. Oh, here it is right here. We are, for the sake of being politically correct, a stupid country. And that's for the sake of being politically correct, y'all. Isn't that funny? In actuality, this is the exact opposite of being politically correct. Oh, okay, all right, yeah. And it is the other point to be, it leads to the dysfunction of America. So we're stupid, according to Donald Trump. Birthright citizenship is about babies of slaves. Oh my God, he's going there. As conclusive proof, the Civil War ended in 1865. The bill went to Congress less than a year later in 1866. Somebody wrote this for him because he obviously doesn't know this. And it had nothing to do with illegal immigration. That's why you up. Yeah, this is so stupid. So he's calling. Yeah. So what we are the babies of slaves. That's what he's saying. What we had were the babies of slaves is what he's saying. I'm sorry. I'm just reading that because I'm getting flustered. Thank you for the attention to this matter. This is insane. So the Civil War ended, and now he's saying as a result, because the slaves were freed, that the amendment no longer applies to people coming in after the Civil War. How does this even make? I don't understand the rationale behind this, but this is what they're doing, and this is Stephen Miller in Donald Trump's ear. I know it for sure. This is Stephen Miller in Donald Trump's ear. So that's what we got, guys. We have a moron for president. Oh, here we go again. Remember, it all started right after the Civil War ended and had nothing to do with current immigration policy. Yeah, so he's saying anybody that came into this country after the Civil War. Is that what he's saying? I mean, what is the policy here? Because my mom came in after the Civil War. My mom's an immigrant. Does that mean my mom can't stay? Does that mean she doesn't, does that mean I'm not a citizen because my mom is an immigrant that came in after the Civil War? Like, what the fuck does this mean? They were going all out, and they got private prison companies funded by the GEO group and Donald Trump, or being built by the GEO group under the disguise of ICE, private prison facilities. And they're trying to suspend the Constitution and do like 100-mile border around the United States where 2/3 of the country lives, because nobody lives in the middle. So they're going to try and turn 2/3 of the country into a police state. That's great. Awesome. So if they suspend habeas corpus and do this shit, I'm telling you guys, I can't tell you what to do. But all I'm going to say is protect yourself and be smart. Okay? Because if laws don't matter anymore, if you're going to be able to get arrested for anything, people are going to wild the fuck out. And then when shelves start getting empty, we don't have food, or people can't afford food because they cut Medicaid and Social Security, shit's going to hit the fan. Shit is going to hit the fan. We're going to have a fucking revolution this summer, dude. I'm not making threats, so don't get mad at me, YouTube or Twitch. I'm just saying, historically, resistance will only last so long. If the people that we're resisting against don't listen, there is only one next logical step. Historical fact, y'all. I'm sorry. So if these guys don't stop, and their own people are going to revolt against them. That's the crazy part. Billionaires are going to be the most hated people in the world after this year. I guarantee it. But we got to stop them now. We have to do it now. They're almost done with their plan. They're 4 months into Project 2025, and it's a 6-month plan. So we got to keep going. We can't stop. I'm not going to stop until they tell me to, or if they arrest me, whatever. I'm prepared to go to jail this year. I've actually come to the realization that I'm going to go, most likely going to end up in prison or somewhere this year, locked up. If not this year, by at least next year. Whether it's protesting or, because I've been to 6 this year already, whether it's protesting or for speaking on social media, whatever they decide to do, it's going to get like that. If you have the ability to leave the country, you may want to consider it before it's too late. I'm just saying, those of us that can't leave and have to stay, we're going to be fighting. Maybe not physically, but we're going to be fighting. Yeah, like I said, the resistance only lasts so long. So you got to make your decision. You're going to be involved in this, whether you like it or not. This isn't about politics. This has nothing fucking to do with politics. Nothing to do with politics. This has to do with our very way of life. This has to do with fucking freedom. Okay? This is nothing to do with politics anymore. This is about Nazis taking over America. They're importing white people. They're trying to convince people that black people in Africa are evil and they're committing genocide. There's a white genocide happening. That's how they're demonizing the black people now. They started with the Hispanic people and LGBTQ people and trans people, and now they're doing it with black people too. They're going to be like, black people are killing white people. That's all racists need to hear, though. That's all racists need to hear. These dumbasses won't look it up. They don't look shit up. They listen to everything they hear on Fox News, and Fox News and other media. Twitter is propagating it as we speak, especially Twitter. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's show. We have about 10 minutes to go, but I'm going to cut it out because we went through all the content. I hope you guys had a really good time. Yeah, I love you all. Thanks for hanging out. Again, just if you can, by word of mouth is the best way to promote this. If we could break through the algorithm somehow, the only way I can do it is to ask you guys to share this video, interact with it as much as you can. Even if you don't have other social media platforms, if you just hit share and then copy link, that automatically triggers it because YouTube doesn't know if you actually post it somewhere. But if you hit copy link, it has the same effect. And just tell people about what I'm doing, what we're trying to do on our channel, and that we're trying to grow. And all we ask that you just subscribe. Subscribing is free. We ask you guys to donate. We ask you guys to donate because we rely on small dollar donations to keep going and to keep building our studio. And we want to build a network. It's not just going to be me and Mike and me on this podcasting. We have so many people that want to do content. We could be doing lives all day long, every day, bringing you live news as it happens. But for now, I'm going to do 6 shows a week. I'll be doing another live recap tomorrow. So tell your friends, hey, buddy, I got this crazy guy on the internet who's talking some real shit. Check him out. That's all I ask. You share my link on YouTube. We do we have merch. You can go to our link tree, all our social media information, our GoFundMe's in there if you guys want to donate. You guys, thank you so much for hanging out. Again, see you guys tomorrow, 6 o'clock sharp. I will be back on with tomorrow's news. I love you guys. If you guys want to hang out with me again, I'll be on TikTok playing video games after this. But I'm not streaming this. I'm not doing this stream, the news stream on TikTok anymore. I've decided because I get like 30 viewers in 2 hours because they keep suppressing it. And it's because of the content. I'm just reading the news. But TikTok, very suppressive platform. Very suppressive platform. And I don't want to risk getting banned because I use it to play video games and post like shorter videos on. So I have opted to just focus on Twitch and YouTube for now. I wanted to do other platforms. There are other platforms that I would love to post on. Like we can post on Substack. We can do all that. I just don't have the time, and I don't have the knowledge. Discord. I really would like to get into Discord. If you guys know anybody that knows about Discord and knows how to run Discord, I need help with that. But again, at this point, we're not able to pay anybody to do any help for us. It's a passion project, but we want more people involved in this. So if you have skills, not necessarily like what I do, talking and just doing the streaming thing, but you're good at like Discord, or you're good at research, or you're good at other stuff, and you want to be involved in what we do, let me know. Okay, reach out to me on one of the other social media platforms. You can message me on Instagram. You can DM me, I think, on Twitter. I don't know if Blue Sky has direct messages or not. And TikTok, you can DM me on TikTok as well. So don't forget to watch tomorrow. Saturday, I take the day off. And then Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, we got shows lined up for you. You guys stay safe as well. Brina, Pamela, all you guys, catch my whiff. Thanks for hanging out.